something that feels right about a snowy day for football in Wisconsin, and that's what we have here on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Divas. I'm Brandon Gaudin here at the booth, and Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to... And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it. Massive play.
The last 11 games, 30 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to...
Rodgers now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still call...
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times.
Secondary now on third down. On third and long, it's Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up forward.
I remember when I was a kid, and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they? And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build...
They run a draw here on second down. Spinning past him. He won't go down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle to Evans. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
A monster 2016 for Mike Evans. His Buccaneers didn't make the playoffs, but it wasn't because of his production. Led the league in targets and was in the top 5 in many other receiving categories.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good game. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right...
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got time. He's going to let this is caught inside the 15. They get 39 yards out of that one. And that leads to a Green Bay first. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact.
Rodgers now on first down. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Their big tight end, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what...
On play action, now Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 51 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath.
One receiver to the left is Elvis. To throw is Brady. Surveying the field. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The defensive side of the football for the Bucs. Here's the lineup. You know, you look at last year, 2016, 23 points a game, right in the middle of the league, but improved, I think. How do they look going forward?
Well, they did improve, and they improved throughout the second half of the year. They focused on communication.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Well, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Third and goal, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rob Gronkowski from 4 yards. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
That's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest rated players on my board, a 3-down back who could do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Touchdown, Shakur. Great effort there. 37 yards. And the Packers have retaken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker.
And the Patriot offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing.
4-man front. But those guys can't get through. You cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And an play.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception.
You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Played their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Late in the first quarter, the pass will be completed into coverage, and that connection will lead to a gain of 39 yards. Continuing on the drive, here we get a quick pass and completion, and he's going to go 11 yards for the score. They're now on top by 4. Buccaneers on offense, first quarter winding down. Brady's on target here, and he ends up at the 24-yard line before he stopped on the play. The drive would wrap up with a pick on the defense. Bucks lined up at the 38. Brady's on point with the throw, and the play will come to an end after a gain of 35. Later on the drive, Gronkowski's going to haul in the pass, and finally on play 12, they score. Buccaneers go up by 3. And with that,
now Rodgers throwing on second down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the James. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll give the Packers a first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers add on to their lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind
Right on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's really coming to vote to talk.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he knocks him over. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, plenty of credit back. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the...
Rodgers to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play
times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss it.
And he'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love your two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage. The lighter shift your defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
Throwing now is Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something...
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Evans has it left side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players,
and he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
a lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
Brady's going to look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but this first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, another spin.
Hard to line him up when he does that.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver, 85 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth.
It's the fourth quarter, partner, and everyone's looking for a hero in the fourth quarter. They just found theirs.
Yeah, so much for the offense coming out, trying to mount that go-ahead drive. They get it right there on the punt return.
And a punt return play can change the momentum so many different ways and maybe put a team in command.
Set for a big 2-point conversion. Brady will look to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Back to the line now. Back to throw, Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on in Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime and ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got a chance to execute. And they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Slip. He's back to throw. Finding time. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they're going to speed things up here. And he'll spike it with 16. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. One final try now for Brady. Able to get away. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it,
means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try to win it right now?
now for the all-critical extra point. And no sweat. He put for 4 quarters, not at all.
And have 0 points on either side. Defenses took 4 full quarters in order to get an adjustment. Got 1 good period in for both defenses, and now they go home. You buying tonight?
I thought it was you. I did last.
In the direction they wanted to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. No jumping over. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 50.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree. And running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So that'll do it for us. For